You know, I wasn't going to make this video, but over the last couple of weeks, I've been getting an alarming amount of emails from young men asking me about, 1STMAN, Hamza, and my thoughts on the manosphere as a whole kind of imploding. Over the last couple of months, we've seen many of the manosphere figures be exposed or some type of fraud, or a lot of people are just waking up to the fact that a lot of these things that these guys teach are just it's just false hope. And a lot of guys, as guys get older, as the Gen Z get older, people are realizing that a lot of this stuff is just scam. And this video isn't to slander the individuals who I will speak of in this video. I'm not going to slander these people. But this is the request from my audience. This is the request from young men out there asking me to speak on this topic. So I feel the obligation to share and speak my piece on what I think of the manosphere. Now, in the last couple of years, like I said, the last probably like 2 years, we've seen the entire manosphere implode. We've seen grifters getting exposed left and right. We've seen, come to find out, some of the prominent figures are paying escorts and getting them pregnant. We've seen we've seen it all. We've seen the Andrew Tate fall, his downfall. We've seen all these people kind of implode. Andrew Tate caused the manosphere to kind of balloon. It skyrocketed. And now we're seeing the balloon start to pop. We're seeing the crash happen. We're seeing all of it fall apart. See, the thing about selling false hope and grifting is that these things don't last forever. You know, as soon as the consumer wakes up and realize, okay, I'm getting scammed, I'm getting sold a dream. As soon as they wake up, the scam ends, the grift ends. And this is what we're seeing now. Giving enough time, grifting and scamming is not a career, you know. Um, most of these manosphere guys did not become successful in life first and then come teach online. Many of these guys became successful through just selling false hope and selling a dream. And then at the end of the day, they're like, okay, look at me now. You can be like me too if you just follow my advice. But it's like, look at the beginning. Were they already successful? And 99% of these guys were not successful in life at all. Selling false hope is a big grift. It's a way you can make money. You can make a quick buck. And it never amazes me how dumb and stupid the average person is. The average person is a complete fucking moron. The average person they will literally pay thousands of dollars to have someone lie to them because they just want to avoid certain uncomfortable truths about life. And a lot of people talk about 1STMAN, and 1STMAN is, again, I'm not saying that these people aren't teaching anything good. I'm not saying that they're not, I'm not saying that they're terrible people, but these people are scams. They're scammers and frauds. 1STMAN, a few years ago, I knew 1STMAN was a fraud. And when I say he's a fraud in the sense that he's not successful as he was leading people to believe. In those videos, he was teaching about the male advantage and how you got to sacrifice this, the calendar, sacrifice holidays, sacrifice this. And if you look at his life during that time period, he wasn't living, he wasn't successful at all. He was only successful through just selling the male advantage scam. Right. And even if you look at him now, if you look at 1STMAN now, he's not really that successful. Guys, I know successful people. These guys are not that successful. These guys are not making that much money. A lot of these guys talk about, oh, I'm making 100K per month. Bullshit. These guys are not making them with 167,000 subscribers. Are you fucking kidding me? Anybody who knows anything about online marketing can tell you those numbers are not true. Those numbers do not add up. And people say, oh, it's not about subscribers. Okay, look at view counts. The views are not enough to be fostering those numbers. And anybody who's not fucking stupid can tell you this. Someone emailed me and said, oh, 1STMAN took down all his old videos. And, I'm not against taking down your videos if it's a privacy concern. Sometimes people have privacy concerns. Like for me, for example, there was a situation that happened that made me very, very, very uncomfortable. and I decided it's best to just not show my face on these videos. And so there's nothing wrong with that. But with First Man, he didn't take his videos down for privacy concerns. He took his videos down because now he's switching to another grift. He realized that whole grift, that whole male advantage grift, has come to an end, and now he's switching and trying to get his subscribers to buy him a house. And I think they've done it. I think those subscribers have bought him a house. These dumbass viewers have bought this man a house. I got to give it up to him. He got his subscribers to buy him a house, talking about, oh, 1M house. Come hang out with lethal entrepreneurs. Come talk to me at the poolside. Pay $3,000 per year. And $3,000 per year is not a ton of money when you look at it, but who's going to be living at this house? It's going to be other young guys all just hanging out. Basically, it's university. It's basically like University 2.0. You might as well just go to university, bro. It's like University 2.0, except you're not going to be learning anything valuable. You're just going to be hanging out in a house with a bunch of wannabe high-value men. That's all that's going to happen at this house. It's a glorified Airbnb business. First Man literally scammed his audience into buying him an Airbnb property that now he's probably going to use for the rest of his life. Even when these people who bought him the house are gone on with their lives, he'll still be benefiting off of the property that you assholes bought him. So he's switching to another scam. He took down all those old videos. And one of the things that is I want to point out with a lot of these guys like Hamza, First Man, and a lot of these manosphere figures is they talk about how, you guys need to go take action. You need to stop watching my videos. Like, why are you still watching my content? I took down all the old videos because it's time for you to go take action, bruh. And the funny thing is that this actually proves the point. This proves the point that these people are still watching your channel 3-4 years later because the advice is not working. That's all it boils down to. The advice is not working. That's why they're still watching these videos. The streaming platform. This dude said he spent $150,000 on a shitty WordPress looking website, guys. That's anybody who with any type of technological skills, any minor skills on how to work a computer can put that shitty ass website up in a day or a couple of hours. I even offered to help First Man. I saw him struggling with this damn streaming platform. I'm like, dude, this is what I do for my career. This is what I do. I build web apps. I build SaaS applications. Like, this shit is not that hard, actually. For a seasoned developer, for a seasoned computer scientist, this shit is child's play. This man said he spent $150K for this platform, but then he asked his users to donate money. This is probably why he took down all those old videos. Instead of cleaning up that mess, he just decided, okay, let me just take these videos down. This dude was asking for donations after he lied and said, I paid 100K, 150K for the streaming platform. And then he comes out a couple months later saying, hey, I need you guys to donate $100 or anything you can afford to donate to this platform. All a scam, instead of being honest. See, the real thing to do is the man thing to do is just to be honest, to come clean and say, hey guys, I fucked up, or, this streaming platform, I have no idea what I'm doing. If any of you guys have any knowledge or you're in IT, email me and we can talk. That's the grown man thing to do. But see, this is what they do online. They build up these false images and they sell them to young men. They put on these, a little shirt, and they shave their beard to increase their jawline, to increase their authority. And then they simply sell young men this idea that you can be successful. You can be an elite billionaire flying on private jets, owning a streaming platform that competes with Netflix if you just listen to my advice. These guys like to act like they're some big time businessmen. They're above posting on YouTube, but they forget that YouTube made them. This is your career, motherfucker. Oh, I don't want to post videos anymore. That's for kids. I've grown out of this. Like, dude, YouTube is the backbone of your business. Same thing for Hamza, First Man, all of these guys. They want to walk around like they're these big hot shots, And the funny thing is that, guys, I'm successful in real life, not online. And I know what success looks like. I can almost guarantee you I am more successful than 99% of these guys. And I don't want to make this a pissing competition, but I'm just saying that I see game. I know game when I see game. I know when someone's running a fraud, when they're running a scam. Oh, we buy houses so you can live in them, bruh. He's basically running an Airbnb scam, and he's lucky no like real economist has exposed him. He's lucky that his channel's not big enough where a real channel like maybe like Spencer Cornelia or Coffeezilla. He's lucky none of these guys have caught on to him yet. If you're making 100K per month on YouTube, you don't just suddenly delete all of your videos. If the money is good, people don't just quit. If the money is good, guys, just use some fucking common sense. To all you young men out there, use some common sense. Buying $50 supplements, the male advantage supplement with shitty ingredients. I've looked at the ingredients and I know a lot about nootropics. I've spent years trying to optimize, do biohacking and nootropics. I've tried it all, guys. This is why I can talk the way I talk, because I've tried it all. I know this shit. I've lived it. I looked at the ingredient list. It's shitty supplement. It's not a good supplement. All the ingredients are mostly underdosed. A lot of the ingredients are some of them are placebo, which is fine. Placebo is placebo, but still charging $50 to young men talking about the male advantage supplement, guys. Selling boxers, selling body wash. And again, I'm not against enterprise. I'm not against people selling products if you're honest about it. Selling diuretic supplements. This can increase your jawline, bro, if you just take this diuretic, bro. The whole life setup, that's a whole scam in and of itself. If you just build a business, build your life setup, by the time you turn 35, women will be banging at your door, bro. And it's funny because I want to use this as an example to teach you guys. This is a lesson for a lot of you guys that it's amazing how easy it is to get people to believe something. It just confirms my theory that the average person is a complete moron with the consumer brain of a brain dead rat. That's pretty much all it is. The average person is completely stupid. It also shows just how desperate people are out there. This shows how desperate people are to trying to find solutions. This whole manosphere scam grift has shown how incredibly desperate the average man is. The average young guy looking on YouTube is dumb as rocks. And that's not an insult. That's not an insult. But the average young guy, their parents have failed them. Their parents have failed a generation of men. This is why we see these grifts working, because there's been a generation of parents who have failed their children. So it's not just the grifters and scammers at fault. It's the society as whole. This points at a deeper issue. The problem with most of this advice, guys, like the male advantage, if you sacrifice your 20s, sacrifice your weekends, don't do this, don't do that, and then build a business, and in your 30s you'll be able to live it up and be able to shit on all the people who enjoy their youth. The problem with all this advice is it doesn't apply to 99% of the people watching the YouTube videos. This is why they're still watching. A lot of these content creators are like, why are you still watching my videos, bruh? Shouldn't you be successful? You should be going out and making your own success. And it's like, that's not the point. And if these people are smart enough, they will be able to think about it and say, well, is it the user or is it me? Is it the content? The problem is that the content is not applicable to 99% of the guys watching. That's why they're still there watching 5 years later. If you look at these guys' lives, they're not doing anything special. If you look at the life of 1STMAN, if you look at these people, they're just normal, average people. They're nothing special. Majority of the content that these people push out is not applicable to 99% of the people watching. Most of these guys will work average careers, average jobs. All these guys, 99% of these guys will be working average jobs, just going to work. Maybe your boss is yelling at you because you're 5 seconds late, whatever it is. You're not going to be on jets. You're not going to be owning 5 houses in Marbella. You're not going to be an entrepreneur. The advice does not apply to you. This is why guys are still watching, because it's it's just entertainment for most guys. Most guys are just looking for false hope. You know, being sold false hope, it creates dopamine. It gives you like, oh, I can do it too. It motivates you for a couple days, and then the next week you need another dopamine hit. You need more motivation. This is why I don't believe in motivate. You know, I don't believe in relying on people to motivate you. If you need somebody to motivate you, it's already over, bro. You're just not a motivated person. You're probably just a lazy person, and that's fine. Just accept that. Accept that you're a lazy person, and find a way to work around your laziness instead of trying to become a hustling entrepreneur. You know, a lot of these guys like to belittle their audience and tell them that, oh, you're a loser because you're still watching my videos, you know, and they, instead of looking at themselves in the mirror and saying, well, maybe it's what I'm preaching, maybe the stuff I'm preaching is not, maybe it's applicable to me, but maybe it's not applicable to 99% of my audience. Maybe I will be better off teaching them how to get a career, how to pick a good, how to learn skill, what skills to learn. But see, you can't grift off those things. That's the problem, is you can't grift off of just like telling people to like get a career and get a job. You can't grift off that. See, you can't grift off telling the truth. This is why a lot of these guys sell false hope. You know, majority of the audience will just live average and ordinary lives. You know, they'll work a job or career, make some decent money, maybe make some good memories along the way. Maybe they start a family, they meet a woman at some point, start a family, and then they get old and then they die. You know, they won't be going on to start a multi-million-dollar business or build a large YouTube channel they can grift and scam on. This means most of 99% of the people watching are going to live ordinary lives. You know, going to the gym, just living a basic life. And this is why these people are still watching this mental masturbation content. You know, these guys are not going to be lethal entrepreneurs living a lavish life setup that they can flex on Instagram, you know? And this is the biggest lie of the manosphere. You know, 1STMAN has sold hundreds, if not thousands of guys false hope. Instead of giving them raw truth, he continues to tell them better days are coming, bro. The best is yet to come. Just wait until 36, bro. It gets better from here. You know, just keep waiting, bro. Just keep waiting. Oh, 1STMAN, it's not happening. What's going on? Oh, just keep waiting, bro. The best is yet to come. I promise you. Just keep hustling, keep sacrificing, be patient. This is the biggest lie of the manosphere. You know, many of the manosphere content creators tell young men, you know, the way to get women is to become a high value man. Meanwhile, these same guys are using their clout that they get from the people who they tell online to become a high value man. These guys are using the clout to get with Instagram thoughts and pay for escorts. They're using the money you give them to pay escorts. Then they tell you to self-improve, to improve your mouthpiece and go to the gym and lift weights. Oh, and let's not forget, get your mouthpiece crisp, you know. Meanwhile, these guys are using the status that they require from preaching false hope to you to go on and bang, you know, these Instagram thotties and clout chasing hungry escorts, you know. So, you know, the views of many of these channels are on the decline. You know, a lot of these the whole manosphere as a whole is declining. A lot of guys are waking up. They're waking up to the truth that, like, okay, this is not going to happen for me. You know, a lot of these guys are growing up. They're growing past the whole high value man stuff. And a lot of these guys are growing up and maturing and realizing that, like, yo, like, this isn't happening. This stuff, I went to the gym, I did self-improve, but my life is still average. I'm still average. I'm not a high value man, no matter what I do. And this is what's happening. So this is all I wanted to say about this topic, guys. You know, the thing about grifting is that it never lasts. You know, if you want to build a business, build it the right way. Build it by building a real product with real results that people actually need, not by selling false hope. You know, it's never sustainable by grifting because it's nothing of true value being created. There's nothing but lies. It's built on a house of cards. So be smart, guys. You know, use this as a lesson to apply to your own life. You know, there are no real solutions in terms of how to become a high value man, how to become successful. A lot of this shit, guys, depends on luck, genetics, and timing. And literally a lot of it is luck. A lot of becoming successful, guys, is luck. It's literally just good opportunities, getting lucky enough to be like, to find good opportunities or have good opportunities find you. you know? And this is what people don't want to hear. They want to hear that there's some way, there's a formula you can use to become successful. And most of it is just luck, genetics, and timing. That's all it is. That's really all it is to it, guys. So understand there's no shortcuts. There's no secrets out there. Stop searching for a solution. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.